Hey everyone, HardlyBriefDan here. Just a quick note before we get started. This video is comprised of the lectures from the third section of my free Udemy course. The first section of the course is more of an introduction, and then the second section is actually an assignment to review the ebook that goes over programming basics and Unreal Engine 5. You can actually get the ebook today if you sign up for it on my website, then you'll receive a download link in your email. The links to both my Udemy course and the website are in the description. Now, let's go ahead and get started. In this section, the goal is to download and install Epic Games Launcher and then Unreal Engine 5. The ebook from the previous section provides some helpful links to help you download and install everything you'll need. Epic Games, the makers of Unreal Engine, have also created a great tutorial on YouTube to show you how to install and set up the engine on your computer. The link for the YouTube video, as well as the Unreal Engine download website, are also in the ebook, so please check that to get those links. Once you have the engine installed, the next lecture, we will create our first blueprint project, which is the project we will use for the rest of this course and where we will create the puzzle game. Finally, we will install the free FX Variety Pack, which is on the Unreal Marketplace, which contains a lightning tornado asset that we want to use to create our puzzle game. Okay, so hopefully now you have 5.4.2 of Unreal Engine installed on your computer. And what we want to do now is create our own custom project. So I'm going to click Launch, and it's going to take a moment. Put it on my other monitor, but we'll go ahead and show it here. It's going to take a second to open. Once it does, we are going to have the launcher, as you see here. And we are going to go to Games, and then we're going to click the third person game. You have the option in the project details for Blueprint or C++. In this case, we're going to do Blueprint. We're going to leave the target platform as it is, and quality preset we're going to set to maximum. If you have a computer that's not as strong, you can go ahead and put it on scalable, and you can adjust those settings in the editor. So now we need to set our project name. I'm going to go ahead and set mine to UE Fundamentals course. There is a limit on how long these characters can be, so if you keep typing, you'll see cannot be longer than 20 characters. And you can choose the location. For myself, I'm saving it into an Unreal Projects folder in my documents. So once you do that, you're going to click Create. It's going to take a few minutes to create the project, to prepare all the shaders, but once it's done, you'll be ready to go and you can start developing. So our project is loaded up, and I am in the third person map. This is the third person template that we selected. This is the brand new project I created called UE Fundamentals course. And if yours looks a little bit different, that's because you can change the layout. So if you actually click these windows, you can dock them anywhere you want. In my case, I moved them so I had the details panel on the right hand side, the outliner on the left, and the viewport in the middle. I have the output log down at the bottom. This is just how I like to work. So as you get used to the engine, you get used to the editor, you're going to want to get more comfortable, and don't be scared to readjust the windows because you can change them however you want. Now, before we get started, we do want to add a blueprints folder. So we're going to come down to the bottom left. You should see content drawer. You can also hit Control Spacebar on your keyboard, and that will create the pop-up window for the content browser. If you come in here and you right click, you can click New Folder, and we're going to create a folder called Blueprints. We're going to use this folder later when we start creating our prototype, but I wanted to get this done now. Last thing that we'll cover in this video is if you would like to dock this into as a window, you can click Dock and Layout, and it will actually add a new window for you, and you can just drag and drop it down where you see fit, and you can constantly have your content browser available for you to work. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and add the FX pack and make sure that we have the right visuals that we want for the game. So to continue in this course, we wanted to add a FX Variety Pack. This is a free plugin that's on the Unreal Engine Asset Store, the Marketplace. If you go to your Epic Games Launcher, you can go to the Epic Store, click Marketplace. You can search for Variety Pack, or I've also included the link as part of course content for this lecture. Once you click Add to Cart, you can pay for it. Again, it's free, so you'll just go through the checkout process. It might ask you for an email, but otherwise it will be part of your library forever. and you can come back to it and you can click add to project, and then you can scroll through and select the project you want. So I'm going to select the UE fundamentals course that we just created, and I'll click add to project. This is going to just take a few seconds. Once it's done, you should be able to go into your UE fundamentals project, and you can see that the folder has been added, FX Variety Pack. This adds all the content that we're going to need for our course. That's all the setup. It should be relatively simple, and we'll go ahead and get started in the next few videos. So our goal is to design a short puzzle that forces the player to think about three main things. First, how does the player reach the goal location, the green flag, because the path is blocked by multiple obstacles, the red tornadoes? Second, how does the player reach the switch, the yellow icon, to deactivate the tornadoes or obstacles? And third, which path does a player take to reach the goal location, again the green flag, before the reset timer goes off and reactivates the obstacles? So I've drawn some paths to show potential paths a player can take. The purple and the turquoise. Both can reach the goal location. The plan for the design is that the purple path will be too long for the player to do. So we want to set our timer so that the obstacles reactivate before the player can take the entire purple path. The turquoise path will be the ideal path, where the player activates the switch, the obstacles go off, they jump onto the box, get on top of the platform, jump across the gap, or reach the goal location. The obstacles should turn on by the time the player reaches close to or at the goal location. So, some guidelines for our design. The tornadoes will either kill the player in one hit or multiple hits, so they will apply damage. The switch should only deactivate, and it should stay off for a certain amount of time. And then we can add as many tornadoes as we want, as long as they surround the goal location. So let's go ahead and get started.